Book, baby. It's for you, it's for us. The fantasies, no one can judge us, no one can judge us. This is for us. Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us. Open up your brown book, baby. Open up your brown book. Open up your brown book, baby. Look, open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us. The fantasies, no one can judge us, no one can judge us. This is for us.
Absolute dream. That's my absolute jam. Hey y'all, hey, what's going on? It's your girl Shay Baby, and welcome back to another episode here at the Brown Book Series. Y'all know what's up. It's Wednesday night. It's 7 o'clock. Like, subscribe, share. Call your friends. Let them know Brown Book Series is on. And tonight, hunty, we have one of the absolute best. I said it. I don't care. I'll fight every last one of y'all if y'all say something different. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Lexi Blake, New York Times. How are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you?
So good. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's so good that you're here.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
I know we was gonna have you before, but we had to reschedule. And I was like, "Don't worry, honey. Lexi's coming back, girl. Honey, she's coming back." So
yeah, it's funny. I had to reschedule because I had a little surgery on my nose, and it looked so bad.
Oh, listen,
it did, but it's back to being somewhat normal now. Wear sunscreen.
You're beautiful. Oh yeah, you know I be trying to tell people they be slipping on sunscreen. They be slipping on the sunscreen. You got to get it. I just go play over here in this old chat. The Brown Book Series checking in. See what's up? What's up? That's right. The my Players Club. Let's get it cracking and welcome Author LB to our book novel. This is perfect. Renata, what's up, baby? Checking in. Hey y'all. Hey, what's up, cuzzo? Listen. Oh, wait, what they saying? Y'all, what y'all saying already? I love Lexi and Shayla's Black book. Yep. I had to read those when I was home alone. Otherwise, it was all of them. I know, right? I absolutely love it. What'd you say, Mincy? Must be making a drink. Look. Oh, I was running my mouth. Y'all know how it is when I get the good authors on here, honey. I'll be running my damn mouth, child. But anywho, y'all know how we do. Lexi, tell us a little bit about you outside of the literary world. We're going to get into all your business, about your books, and about all that good stuff in a little bit. But right now, tell us all things Lexi Blake. What is it like in the day in the life? New York Times.
See, but then we get into I just pretty much write.
See, what?
Not really. I love I've gotten into a much better more balanced as I've gotten older. I used to work all the time, and now I've kind of found a groove. So I've gotten more back into my love of reading and watching bad reality TV. And I've decided my dogs are I always have to have something around that loves me unconditionally and does dumb things that I can save them from. I need toddlers. They're my toddlers. My children are all grown. And so, yeah, I desperately need toddlers around me at all times. So I spend most of my time with 3 dogs.
Listen, I'm with you. That's why I tell people I'm not people in today. I'm hanging with Scooby. And if you invite me to go somewhere, if my dog can't come, I'm not going. Yeah. So I'm totally with you on that. Totally with you on that. Well, at least you have some excitement, a little bit, because every time I talk to an author, I'm like, well, what do you do? They be like, oh, nothing, just sitting at home writing. And I'll be like, you ain't going nowhere.
I love to travel. Now that I do love to do that. I love to travel. I get a lot of inspiration off of going to different places. I love to write those places in my books. I love to travel. I weirdly my weird love is I love trivia. I love trivia. It's one of my favorite things in the world.
Lexi, you don't want none of this. Let me tell you something. Jeopardy, I tell them, if we ever go to Jeopardy, I'm going to kill it.
Yes.
Kill it. I love being at Buffalo Wild Wings when they have the trivia night. Oh, we kills it. Free wings all the time. We kill it.
And see, I really want to go on Celebrity Jeopardy because they just lob you softballs, all Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yes.
What is wrong with you?
So, okay, let's just say you was on Celebrity Jeopardy right now, right?
Yeah.
What category would you be like, oh, this is my shit. I got this. Let's go.
I think I could do a couple of them. I'm really good at geography. I'm excellent at obviously at novels. I got an English major. That was my major in college. So I've read a lot of classic novels. And if I didn't read them, I probably read like the little blurb or something. And so I can figure it out from context. Geography, and history. I think those are probably my strongest points. Oh, also I've watched all of the TV, all of it. All those people who are like, I never watch TV. I'm like,
You watch TV, girl?
Sure, I watch so much TV.
Listen, I'm trying to get back into watching TV because I find out sometimes, I'm like, listen, girl, I just need a good book or a ratchet show or just something like right now. I just caught up on the whole 911 series or whatever. And I'm like a binge girl. I like to sit there, turn on Hulu and just look at everything at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'd be pissing me off that you get all into a series and they'd be like, "Oh, we canceled it."
Well, see, but I mean, I grew up the way we had to be sitting down at the TV at the right time, or it was gone, and it was gone forever. And so you would think that I would be able to handle that. I got so upset when I realized that I had started a show and it only had 2 episodes, and I had to wait. I had to wait a week. Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, I can't do that, girl. I have a nervous breakdown. I can't. I just like, you know what? No. And then plus by that time, like my edible has probably already kicked in. So now I'm just like, I can't shake it. I'm like, what's next? Then I go down old rap. Look, Lexi, I can tell you this because you're my girl. Then I started like Googling who the actors and actresses are. So I'm down the whole rabbit hole. Next thing you know, I'm in another series it's just a mess. It's a mess. So yeah, I've been pissed off about that too.
So yeah, I think that's kind of that pretty much sums up my life. I like to travel and watch a bunch of TV with my dogs. Usually with 3 of them sitting on top of me somewhere.
Girl, you're my soulmate. I mean, something is always something on top of me, something. I can have never mind. Okay, focus, Shay. Listen. So Lexi. So okay, you're in North Texas.
I am.
What's North Texas?
Dallas, DFW, pretty much.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, we're in that place that, like, Texas has a little panhandle thing. We're like over here.
Okay.
Yeah, like right in the center of like the big. We're like we're kind of Great Plainsy. We're very flat. Okay. You have to go about 2 hours to get to hill country. So
I absolutely love it. Now, Lexi, you are a prolific writer. You're awesome. I love your series because, honey, you're a kinky girl, and I'm down with all the bullshit. I'm telling you, I love it. You and Shayla Black, I said, honey, these 2 girls writing together need they whole ass whoop because y'all just be doing it, and it's awesome. How did you know that being an author was your thing? Like, was you writing when you was younger? How did this whole author thing come about?
The funny thing is when I was 8 years old, I wanted to be a marine biologist like everyone else. Everyone in my class wanted, and I don't even know why, because Jaws had come out. So I think we were just dumb. Then at some point in time, I realized that there were really sharks in that water. And also I like to swim, but I like to swim in pool water.
Right.
Pool water. It needs to be clean.
Yes.
I'd rather just go in like water that is not clean.
Right.
So, but I had always liked to tell stories. So even from the time I was like 5 or 6, I was writing little stories out and doing stuff like that. I wanted to be a journalist in high school. And then I realized that it was my second least favorite thing than dirty water was talking to actual people.
Really?
Well, I'm not very good at it. I mean, the journalist thing, you have to like get in there and like talk to people who don't want to talk to you. And I'm very introverted for the most part. I can be extroverted, but so then I just talked to the voices in my head, and that finally worked.
Right. And I'm telling you, girl, the voices in your head to get you together.
Now the funny thing was I wrote a bunch of I wrote a bunch of like plays and literary stuff, but I always kept coming back to what I loved to read, which was romance.
Okay. What genre in romance though? What's your favorite genre?
You know, my favorite genre, my absolute favorite genre is like paranormal and urban fantasy. That's what I love to read. That's not necessarily what I write. I do have some paranormal and some urban fantasy, but for some reason I love to write romantic suspense. I love a big old mystery. And I love it when I try to kind of treat my series like it's a comic book, because I also grew up on those. So it has all these like threads running through it. It's more like a universe.
Yes.
Which can also make it, you know, hard to just jump into right in the middle of it. I sometimes needlessly complicate things, but that's just kind of my instinct to do that.
Right. So that I love. So 8 years old, he was like, I want to be a marine biologist. And she was like, no, Jaws coming. I don't want that shit. Then he was like, you know what? Let me just be a journalist. You're like, it is, the investigation is damn crazy. So now you're like, okay, I'm going to write this book and I'm going to be good. What made you decide to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to put it out here for the world to see?
Oh, that is the story.
Girl, so, we here for it.
I had written, in my 20s and 30s, I had written 3 books. 3 books that will never, ever see the light of day. But I had written them, and I had gotten through, I had kind of taught myself the craft. My husband went and did his MBA, and it was an executive MBA, so he was working the whole time. So I had to kind of hold the fort down for 2.5 years. He comes out of it. Now, we got to understand, we are 36 years old, because we're the same age. We're 36 years old at the time. He said, what do you want? I have been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years at this point. And I said, he was like, do you want to go back to college? What do you want to do? And I said, I wanted a baby. Now he was like, wait.
No, wait.
Yeah, no, I did.
Okay.
I absolutely did. And he tries to talk me out of this. It's like, this is not a good idea. You want a car? Like, no, I wanted a baby. I wanted that 3rd baby. I didn't want to stop. I wanted to. So it's not necessarily a great idea to have a baby at 37 years old. I mean, it can be really healthy for my pregnancy itself was actually very healthy, but the childbirth, it nearly killed me. And like, I can viscerally remember them talking about the fact, if you've ever had a cesarean section, they get that baby out fast.
Yeah.
It took 30 minutes to get her out.
It took how long?
30 minutes to get her out. I had a lot of scarring from previous C-sections. So I'm laying there on this table. The baby's out. He's gone off with the baby. I've got this angel anesthesiologist who's just holding my hand. The doctor keeps talking about, I can't get the bleeding to stop. And I'm laying there and I'm like, do I want this to be the rest, all I did? So the funny thing was, I had this like real experience coming out of that, like happy experience. I was alive. I felt alive. And my husband was just terrified because he'd almost lost me. So I like to say that in the 10 years before I had my 3rd child, I wrote 3 books. I wrote 6 in 18 months after she was born. I wrote them at 4 a.m. While I was feeding her. I wrote them in between dinner and when they went to bed. I mean, I just wrote. I was so like alive. I was like, this has to happen. And so then I'm writing, and my husband finally says, well, you're spending all this time. Is it like a hobby, or are you going to try to do something? Well, he has just challenged me. He has thrown down the gauntlet.
Yes.
And at the time I was writing this paranormal series. It's the Thieves series that I wrote the first 6 books of right after Zoe was born. And I basically went out and said, okay, I'd really like to read these little menage books. Why don't I try to write one? And that's how I wrote Small Town Siren.
Baby, let me tell you something. I don't want
my epic journey to be an author.
Right. I don't want you to go through that experience ever again. But whatever other experience you got to go through to get us some Texas sirens. Baby, when I tell you them sirens was going off, I was like, what in the heck? This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's crazy that I'm literally I'm about a chapter away from finishing the first new Texas Sirens book I've written in probably 10 years.
Yeah, I was like, those was like a while ago, which was
Yeah.
crazy because I'm telling you, I used to read you and Shayla Black. Well, like we had Shayla on the show not too long ago, and then I was like, wait a minute. And then you know how for me being an influencer or whatever in this book world, you read so many people all the time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, we're gonna talk to Lexi. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, the Minaj lady. You know, so I was like, isn't that
I'm
crazy?
cool with being Minaj lady.
Baby, you do it so well. You do it so. I mean, you made me want to start a polyamorous relationship. I'm just saying. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit too, because I want to know how did you research on that right there. But you know what? This is bringing us to the first segment here at the Brown Book series. It's called Name the Book, where we take a synopsis, a one of your characters or something related to one of your books, and you have to name that book. It's a passage
quiz.
It's a quiz. You know, oh, you got these. And
it's gonna be so bad if I don't.
It might be a blurb. You never know. You know what I'm saying? And you do have a lot of series. A lot of your series don't. They focus on different people, but it's whoever they're the main character of. That makes sense. Okay, cool. All right, y'all ready? Do not help her in the chat, everybody. Let's see. Hold on, before we get there too, let's check in. Rom-com Diva, what's up, baby? How y'all doing? Hey y'all. We're on with New York Times bestselling author Miss Lexi Blake. Miss Lexi is about to play Name That Book. Ooh, you about to play Name That Book. What's up? Let's see what's ones. Hi, Joe. It was funny when Sam found the book for me. I'm trying to sing. It's out the chain. Hey y'all. Hey, okay. We finna Lexi's about to play. Y'all be quiet in the audience. Do not help. Okay? Here we go. Name that book. Wait a minute. Now I'm scared. Pressed up. So y'all know I can't see where it's at. Okay, here we go. Name that book. The world has other plans. War is brewing. Powerful forces are lining up against everyone she loves. And her latest prisoner also happens to be her best friend in the world.
I think that's probably Rebel Guardian or Rebel Witch.
It's the Rebel Witch.
Okay.
The Rebel Witch. Hey. So love it. Okay, Lexi, tell us a little bit about this book and the series.
Oh, Rebel Witch is the latest book in the Thief series. That's the one I was talking about. I've kind of kept it up over the years. It's kind of like it's my favorite thing in the world to write. I love the world itself. The first 5 books are about basically Daniel, Dev, and Zoe and how they kind of take over the supernatural world. And then there are 4 books about Kelsey and she ends up kind of getting into a love triangle that turns into like why choose? Because why choose? And so now we're getting into the kids' books. So
that's what's up. See, look at you, honey. She's like, I know my books. So this is trivia. I got this. Okay, girl.
I hope so.
You got it. I'm telling you, you got it. I was like, listen, this is Lexi's first time on the show. We're not gonna do her like that. It's gonna be real easy. She's gonna love it. All right, next up, name that book. Here we go. He fucking bet they did. They will want more than a word. They will want to arrest him.
Oh, that could be so many of my books.
I know, girl. I know.
Oh.
This was inside the book, girl.
This is a quote. I've written like 112 books. Who wanted to arrest?
You know what theory? Okay, I'm giving you a hint. It's from the Masters and Mercenaries series.
Of which there are 42 books.
I know, but you got this.
It could be a lot of them. I'm just trying to think of who. Is it Love the Way You Spy?
No, not yet.
Love and Let Spy. Love and Let Die.
How about this one? Look at you.
Oh, yeah, that's Ian. Okay, that's Ian.
Know your books. Okay. Lexi, how in the hell did you get this out of all 1,500 books that you got in this series?
That was just a wild guess.
Girl, I'm telling you, I love it. Love and Let Die. That's book 5 of your Masters and Mercenaries book. Tell us a little bit about this book and about this series.
So I like to say that the M&M books kind of come in stories, overarching stories of 5. So like the central romance in each book will always be resolved. There's no cliffhangers about the central couple in each book.
Right.
And there's
a real romance.
Yeah, it's a real romance. And there's no, like, there will be a mystery solved in each book. But oftentimes I will take 5 books to have an overarching mystery that gets solved in book 5. This is book 5 of the original series, and it's Ian Taggart's book, who is probably my most popular character. So this is probably one of my most popular books.
It is, because I love it. I love it. Now, this whole series, though, is this so you have a bunch of different series, but it seems like a lot of your books came out of this series. Is this like the longest?
Oh yeah. This is my longest running series. And it's got a bunch of spinoffs. Like we are now, like the original, I like to call it the original series, had 15 books in it.
Yes.
But Butterfly Bayou spun off from it.
Right.
It interconnects with Texas Sirens and Bliss, but I would not say that they spun off. There's a series about the restaurant that my original first hero, Sean Taggart, opens, called Topped. There's the novella series that's called Sanctum Nights that usually takes place in the club. And then we had the Lost Boys. We had the 5 Lost Boys books, the 5 Reloaded books, and now we're on book 2 of New Recruits.
I love it. So this is, so out of all your series, is this your favorite?
No, Thieves is my favorite, but this is probably the one I feel most comfortable writing. I feel like I can write these books like they're pretty. I don't sit around going, what's happening?
Right.
Yeah, I feel really comfortable writing them. I know these characters. I know this world really well.
I absolutely love it. All right, y'all. Look at how she knows her books, honey. Let's go. Next up, name that book. Character.
Kitten. Oh, that's Siren Reborn. Yeah, that's Siren Reborn.
Yes.
I think the first time she shows up is Siren in Bloom.
Yeah. This is her look. She's the character.
This is her book. Yeah.
Yeah, this is her book. Tell us a little bit about this book.
So the funny thing is, she was meant to be this kind of throwaway character. I love the idea of like the subbiest of subs getting taken in and being given this job as a receptionist where, I mean, she is really ridiculously subby. Now you don't know why for a little while. Right. But she's a terrible receptionist for Leo. So she was kind of comic relief, and she ends up being this very deep character. That's kind of how it goes for me. I end up, I'm going to throw out, I did Boomer Ward. I was never going to do a Boomer book. Never. Because he was just this big guy who ate a lot and he was comic relief.
Well, he needed love too.
Yeah, that's what I always end up with is that, yeah. And they always end up being like my favorite things I wrote. I really loved writing Kitten's book. And Kitten's book got me back into, I had taken time off from writing, we're going to get into the alphabet soup of Menage. Right. I had originally written Texas Sirens as MMF. And then I wrote a couple of MFMs in the middle. And so Kitten's book brought me back to MMF. And I really love writing MMF. I love the idea of these are 3 people who all love each other and have the act of physical love with each other.
Right.
Yes. Whereas an MFM, which I also enjoy writing, but that's all about the girl. But I enjoy the other a little bit more. I feel like it is a deeper experience for me.
I enjoyed it too. I had a deeper experience when I read it.
Mm-hmm. They can be used as marital aids.
I was just trying to say.
And you don't have to be married.
And you don't have to be married. How about that? It's all good. All right. Love it. Next up, name the book. Here we go. She needs to find an experienced criminal attorney who speaks her client's language.
I think that is evidence of desire.
That is evidence of desire. You know what, Lexi? I think so. I think Ian sent you these lists of things already, girl, because you know these books, honey.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you something I have not told anybody before. So that evidence of desire is about she is an attorney,
right?
And in my head, she has these clients. So she's like what you would call like a family attorney. So she just helps out these very wealthy people. Anything they need, that's what she does, including finding him a criminal attorney when his wife is found dead.
Yes.
Now, he is a football player, and CTE comes into play with this. And so he, in my head, is Troy Aikman, and the bad guy was Jerry Jones. I mean, like, not really, but in my head, that's who it was. Like, in my head, that's where it all went. But
you know, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I don't know what people think about Troy Aikman, though, but I'm just saying this. He was all right looker when he was younger, but something about when he got older, that thing's sexy now. Not Jerry Jones, Troy Aikman. Yeah. He
Jerry Jones was never.
Oh, he never, ever in life. With money, never. You know how they said money make you look good? No, sorry. You cool. No, I'm good. But yeah, Troy, look, he got a little older. I was like, okay, Troy. Girl,
but yeah, despite the fact that the actual book is set in New York, in my head, it's the cowboy side.
I love it, honey. That's the Dallas girl, honey. It's that Dallas in her. Absolutely love it. All right, so last up, name the book. Here we go. Life can often be awkward when you're a child genius.
That's my Live, Love, Spy.
Jazz is genius, Julian. It really is. Live, Love, Spy. And that is okay. The New Recruits. That's book 2.
That's the book that came out on Tuesday.
Yes. So, oh my God. Happy, like this is like is it the birthday or is it live?
Yeah.
What they call it when it just
book
comes
birthday.
out? Book birthday. Okay, cool. Same thing. Book birthday. Happy book birthday.
It was good.
This is awesome. So, okay, even though you're seasoned at this, even though you've been writing for a long time and you have like wonderful books out and you're a New York Times bestseller, when your books first drop, even now, do you still be like, oh shit? Or like, how do you feel?
Yeah. Well, what I would say, the funny thing was I used to like celebrate more, and now I've had it happen so often that you can only eat Cheesecake Factory so many times in your life. You know,
so many stuff on the menu.
So, it's funny. I actually came home and made a lasagna and watched Survivor Australia. That was like my release day night. But I spent much of the day, well, first of all, wondering what the hell was going on with Facebook. Like, could they not do that on a release day?
Yeah,
they know Tuesday's release day.
Tuesday's release day. I think. Yeah. But
it's the only time I tend to read reviews. Like reviews can be very damaging to an author's psyche. But for the first couple of days, even to a week, I tend to read my reviews because I want to see how people are reacting to it. Mm-hmm. Because the fans who go out and buy it on the first day, I really want to see if it hit with them. That's who I'm writing for everyone, but especially as series get longer, you really write for those readers who are like, I want this now.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
I mean, I still sit around wondering how I got here. I still sit around. I think every author has imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I don't care how big you are, you're still like waiting for someone to tell you, no, I'm sorry, there's been a mistake. You can't do this.
Yes.
So I just don't think that ever goes away, except like maybe after a couple bottles of wine.
I'm telling you, a couple bottles of wine.
Then it goes away, and I'm like, yeah, I'm the shit.
Listen, couple bottles of wine and an edible, you start replying back to their ass. Listen,
and it's funny because I meant to say glass, Freudian slip.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard it.
No, that really does happen.
I'm telling you, that's how I be. I'm telling you, I'll be like, reply. They be like, Shay, don't reply. I gotta reply. I absolutely love it. So this book, Live, Love, Spy. What is this particular book about?
So this book is it's the second in the series. So it's kind of pushing the actual storyline, we're pushing it pretty much forward in this book. The central romance is between Lou and TJ, who basically you've kind of seen grow up in the other books, which some people have found disturbing, and I'm like, no, that's good. They're fictional. It's good.
Right.
What I love about it is that this is like this team, whereas before we didn't kind of get to the characters until they were older and kind of very seasoned.
Right.
These guys are not seasoned, and they're like this team who grew up together, so they've got their own language. So Lou has loved TJ since they were kids, and what she doesn't understand is that TJ's loved Lou, but TJ's like really scared. She's like his touchstone person, so he's got that, oh my God, I love you, but I can't I can't risk the friendship. Well, until he actually sleeps with her, and then he's willing to risk that friendship. That friendship,
he was like, I could have been had this.
Yeah, that friendship can go straight to hell. Then, but he's set her up to think that he can't love her. So she keeps like, this is a trauma response because you were gonna die and I saved you, and this is what happened. So that's kind of where they go from there. And then we've got like an arms dealer, and who they think that TJ knows the arms dealer, but TJ doesn't know the arms dealer, but maybe TJ knows the arms dealer. We don't know. It's all up in the air. And like my favorite part of it though is Big Tag keeps walking in on them having sex.
Oh yeah.
And like asking to bleach his eyeballs. And that is me putting so much karma back on that man. He deserves it. Ian Taggart deserves everything he gets in this book.
What's wrong with Ian? Why are you doing?
He is a menace.
He is a menace. He is a menace.
I know, I'm married to him. He's somewhere in this house, and he deserves all of it.
All of it. Give it all to him. I absolutely love it. Let's run over to the chat real quick. Let's see here who's checking in with us. Dana. Hi, Dana. How are you, Donna? You just figured out how to comment. Well, welcome. We're glad that you are joining us tonight. Let's see, who is it? Be a pleasure. I like. Is it just B or is it B? Because you know, like B author. I love a girl. I used to love me some B author. So if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I'm sorry, boo boo. But thanks for checking in with us. We absolutely love it. We're here with Lexi Blake, New York Times, honey, and we're talking about her new release, Live, Love, Spy, from her Masters in Mercenaries. New Recruits is book 2, so make sure you go now, pick it up. It just came out on Tuesday, so after you pick that one up, just go and pick up all the books, because, honey, you're going to be like, who, what? Wait a minute, let me think. So go pick up everything she has, and you're going to love it. Now, Lexi, I have a question for you, girl. I just need to know one thing. Who this woman? Who is Sophie Oak?
That was my original pen name. So I wrote Small Town Siren, the original Bliss series. I wrote a book called Away From Me. I wrote Fairy Story. I think that's it. I wrote those under the pen name Sophie Oak. So why did I become Lexi Blake? That is a contractual issue. At the time, I was writing for a publishing house named Siren Publishing. The contract stated plainly that they owned everything, including my name.
What?
So yeah. So when I wanted to write with Shayla, I couldn't write with Shayla under Sophie Oak. Because if I did, I would have to bring her to my publisher, and we wanted to do something new, and we kind of wanted to have control over it. And indie was just getting started, so I basically had to rename myself. And for years, I kept that, a secret. So back in 2017, I bought back the rights to all those books from the publishing house, and then I got my name back, and so yeah. That is how you
sound like Tina Turner, girl. All I want is my name. How can you take your name? You came up with that. Like,
I signed the contract.
Oh.
So if you do sign a contract like that, lawyers are a thing, and you should talk to them because they are very, very good
They're very, very good. But it's a good thing that you got everything back though. So
I did. I got everything back, and I was finally able to I basically I didn't rewrite. There in the second editions, like the storyline doesn't change, but there are some extra scenes that I always wanted to write in that connected it to the Lexi books.
Mm-hmm.
So if you read the original Sophie Oak books, you know the story. If you want to go back and read them again, you'll find other little connections that I was able to put in.
Oh my God, that is crazy. You know what? So another author friend of ours had told me the same thing. You know, because I was like, yo, this book is good. Why don't you keep going? She was like, they own the characters. I was like,
yeah,
they own the characters. Like, you can't, like, I don't understand how they own the characters. And that's when they told me that. I was shook because I thought when you come up with your own stories, you know, so I'm like, how can they own your name and your characters? Like, I wasn't getting that. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, honey, listen, they don't own nothing no more, boo-boo.
You have to be careful. What I like about like my Berkeley publishing contracts, I can go on and write more Butterfly Bayou books, even though Berkeley, the publishing house, canceled the series. But I still, I can still write in that world. They don't care. Like it was not a normal contract.
Right.
A normal contract, once the publishing house is like, well, we're not going to write any more of this book. We don't publish any more of those books. They don't care if you go on and write some more on your own.
Exactly. I absolutely love that. That's what I'm talking about, girl. I love that. Well, Lexi, this is bringing us to another segment of the Brown Book series called Who'd You Rather? Well, we take your girl. Well, we take your heroes, we pit them against each other, and you let us know who you want to have a one night stand with. That's it. Just a one night stand. We ain't talking about no loving. We ain't none of that.
Cool.
None of that. You know, you have so many books. And I was like, you know what? We're not gonna. Let's go to one series. We're gonna go to her polyamorous series, her menage, and we're gonna play with them boys over there. She will let us know which one she want to play with for real, for real. If she had a choice, who would it be?
Oh my God! Okay. So you're taking a why choose series and making me choose. I love it.
Yes, isn't that awesome?
Okay.
All right. Who'd you rather? Max.
Right. Okay. It's just a one night stand, right?
One night stand. That's
one night stand. I don't even know that I can put up with Max's shit for like a night, so I'm going with Rye.
Max was.
I love Max. I love writing Max. Harper is one of my favorite characters in the world to write. I would murder him. I would.
But then one night you gonna go play with.
No. But even one night, I think that Rye would be more serious about the sex. So
yes.
We'll go with Rye.
Okay, cool. We're gonna go with Rye. I'm with you. Okay. Who would you rather? Nathan Wright or Zane Hollister? Zane.
One time my husband, we're in a grocery store and my husband goes and gets an eggplant and he says, "This is Zane. You understand that, right?" He's in the middle of the grocery store. And I'm like, that is not, he was just like, I want you to come. This is how you have described his penis.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him, do not get jealous in the middle of a grocery store. That must have been on his mind, girl, for him to be there and like, you know what? Yeah, honey, yeah. I'm with, listen. Mm-hmm. Hey, y'all,
definitely, Zane.
Yeah, go and y'all got to go read up on Zane because, honey, I was like, what in this? I want to know who you modeled him behind.
He's also better behaved than Nate for most of the book, so
he is. Yeah, this is true. He is. All right. Last up, who'd you rather? Michael Novak or Logan Green? As I like split them up a little bit.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I would actually say like the Logan Green, who he is at the end, I would probably rather.
Okay.
But I also, because I like Logan at the end of his, but like in the middle of it, he's kind of they're both, you just give me my hot messes. Those are two hot messes. I think that maybe like, I'm going to go with Logan because Logan's got the whole BDSM thing and control thing. And Michael, Michael doesn't have that.
Michael doesn't.
a year like living in a place that it has an outhouse. We are not like on the same page.
So you like, you use the outhouse, baby. You would not use that on me.
Yeah, when Michael Novak's whole world blows up, he goes and lives in this little tiny shack. When Logan's whole world blows up, he goes and lives at Julian Lodge's like glorious hotel space with all the like. I'm going with Logan.
You was like, I'm spending my night with Logan. I don't give a
Yeah.
damn. I'm with you on that right there. Now, girl, Ian and Sean Taggart.
There's no question. Ian Taggart. I have to. I'm married to him. Like I love Ian, even though he's a bastard and he listens to way too much Guns N' Roses.
Wait a minute, is this we talking about the real Ian or
both? But sometimes I take Ian's dialogue straight from what my husband said. I will just write it down and I will save it up for like, I've got one over here somewhere that is about like, he said something like, I can't remember what it was, but it's like an orgy. Everybody, it's great for like at the beginning, but then everybody's hot and sweaty and feeling kind of gross. Like, this is what comes out of his mouth. And he thinks he's a good person. You know why he thinks he's a good person? Because he doesn't say the other things. He's like, you should hear what I don't say.
Yo, we want to hear that. We want write those down. Tell him just to write it down and slide it to you and walk out the room. My
husband is the guy who likes to sit down and put it all. He doesn't want to waste his time on people who are going to pearl clutch and get upset with them later on. So my husband is the one who sits down and just immediately starts talking shit.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's my kind of man. I love that. I absolutely love it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. Lexi Blake, New York Times bestseller author, honey. We're here talking about her new release, her old release, all her releases. So Lexi, we like to take you down memory lane because some people, you know, that's joining the show, they may be new to Lexi Blake. So it's like, hey, if this one ain't your cup of tea, she got like 50 million. Yeah. So
something for everyone.
It's something for everyone. I'm trying to tell you, it's wonderful. Let's go over to this old chat, see what they're talking about over here. Oh, damn. So you said Ian Taggart. Is that your boo? Oh no. B says Sean.
Mm-hmm. Oh. He's a cook. He's a very excellent chef. So
okay, let's see here. What you say? Renata, I'll take both. Both for 200. Okay. Oh, Logan. Who the hubby? Max is my hubby. Wait a minute, B. Oh, girl. She would murder Max. She would murder Max. She would murder Max. Okay, they like, okay, loving Zane. Okay. He says it's Max for her. Honey, all right. Come y'all. Listen.
Glutton for punishment right there.
Yes, they done took your man from you. I'm sorry. Like they like that shit. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, okay, they talking about Max. They want Max. You guys can have Max. You guys can have him, honey. Absolutely love it. Now, Lexi. Author's moments. What's your most urgent priority for the rest of the year, both in the literary world and in your personal life?
In my personal life, I think it's really focusing on health. Right. I really would like to focus on like not just physical health, but mental health, and finding those kind of breaks where I get to rest because I sometimes don't do that. Author wise, I'm actually weirdly I'm working on some screenplays.
What?
Yeah, so I'm working on a couple of screenplays that I would really like to. I wanted to try something like last year was I'm going to try something new.
Right.
And so the screenwriting experience kind of came out of that. And I really enjoy it. It's a very different thing. So I've been taking like Fridays are my screenwriting days. And I'm almost done with my third script. So
congratulations. Yeah. You go, girl.
Yeah, we'll see if anything ever happens with it. But
something is gonna happen. I'm telling you, something is gonna happen. It's going
and I do not, weirdly enough, I do not write. One of them is an adaptation of one of my books. But the rest of them are horror. I love a horror movie. So, yeah.
Are you saying horror or horror?
Yeah. Stabby horror. Yeah.
You know, gotta ask you, because you know, I'd be like, oh Lord, I love it. All right, author's moments. Good one, Lexi. Here you go. In being a novelist, what did you learn a little too late?
I think what I learned a little too late was obviously to value my own instincts.
Yeah.
I took some steps that we kind of talked about that I knew weren't the greatest steps, but I didn't want to be patient and wait for things to play out. And so that's how I ended up getting into a bad contract. So what I would tell you is always listen to your instincts.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. That's right, honey. Because you was like, child, you got me once. You won't get me no more. I love it. I
have since avoided a couple of contracts I really think would have been bad for me.
Yeah. See, at least you know.
It's hard to say no. It's really hard to say no, especially hard to say no when you start. But if you are coming into a negotiation and you are not willing to say no, you are not in a position of power. So that would be my advice. Always, always, always be willing to walk away.
I love it. I love it. See, that's why you're so successful. I see now we're gonna talk about your relationship with Shay Black. I see why y'all together, because y'all are together. Y'all think alike. You know, it works.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot from her. She's very savvy.
She's very savvy. I love it. And she's savvy and don't give a fuck, honey. She be like, no, bitch, you're gonna give me back my name. You're gonna give me back my rights. And what? I don't care. Let's go. I was like, I love it. Absolutely. I love it. All right. Author's moments. If you could have tea with one fictional character of yours, who would it be and why? Yep, yours.
I would sit down with my character from Thieves named Zoe.
Zoe. Okay.
I would sit down with Zoe. First of all, she would have a fabulous tea. Yeah. But second, I would like to know how much she hates me for everything I put her through.
You did put her through a lot.
Yeah, I put her through a lot. You did. And I would be like, sorry, but look, it's all good now. Mostly.
I don't know. If I was Zoe, I still want to talk to you for a minute. Saying, I'm like, yeah, no, bitch. Sorry. Author's moments. If you could sit down with your 15-year-old self, what would you tell her?
I would. There are a lot of things that you should avoid. Maybe don't go to that prom. like that is a bad choice. No, mostly what I would tell her is to be patient. My success came later in life. I don't think I could have handled success when I was 20 years old. I don't think I would have handled it well. So I kind of look at it with the idea of like, this is how it should have happened. Right. I think what I would tell my 15-year-old self is to take more time with the people you love, because they're going to leave you sooner than you think.
I like that.
Yeah. And that's my mom and dad passed early. So, and you know, they both died of cancer. So, you know, I just wish I could, if there's one thing I wish I could do, it's go back and spend more quality time with them.
Right. I understand that. And that's a good lesson to pass on. Because some people just don't know. You know, we get so busy in the hustle and bustle of the day, and you know, you'd be like, oh, they know I love them, but like you said, it's the quality time too.
I would also tell her to buy Apple stock.
Okay, girl. Apple stock.
Yeah.
And
put down whatever you have right there.
I absolutely love it. Why is people calling me? They know I'm on the air. They just know I'm on the air. Then they'll call me, but like, oh, you talking to Lexi? I'm like, yeah, leave me alone. All right, let's see here. Author's moments. Oh, let's see here, Lexi. So, author's moments. If you didn't have the pen name of Sophie or Lexi, what would your pen name be?
That's a good question. I don't know. I would probably, my pen names came from, the first one is literally my like porn star name, which it was at the time. Yeah, it was the street you grew up on was your last name and your first pet. I had a little chihuahua named Sophie and I grew up on Oak Street. Lexi Blake came from I actually named myself after one of the characters in Siren Beloved because I loved that book. She was an author, and I was like, I could be Lexi. And then Blake is because I have this weird affection for Blake Lively. I love her. Yeah, that's why Serena Dean Miles is named Serena, because that was her character in Gossip Girl. So I would probably look around and be like, who do you love right now? Right. I think I would probably use the name Aaron because I love the character I've written named Aaron. And then I would probably like find somebody else I love and kind of just pull that name in.
Be cool. I like Aaron. So like,
yeah,
would you write the same? Like, would you like go off into like a whole nother subgenre, or would you keep it kind of the same?
Oh, I would. First of all, I would never take another pen name for romance. I would just do it. If I took another pen name, it would be because I'm writing something that it would be weird because of what I write in romance. Sometimes I don't know if sometimes we women writers get pigeonholed into this is all you can do. And when they hear your name, they're like, it can be hard to make that transition from romance to thriller. I know a lot of authors have done it, but it can be hard. I think it's harder today, especially when it might not have been as hard for like a Julie Garwood who wrote these. I mean, I love Julie Garwood, wrote these great historical romances, but she didn't write a lot of like double penetration scenes.
Listen, right.
I think that it can be harder for those of us working in that genre today.
I absolutely love you. You're absolutely right, though. You are right about that. Let's go check in. Midnight 8, so Midnight 8 Book Bars is checking in with you guys. Hi, Midnight. We're on with Lexi Blake, honey. New York Times bestselling author, honey. Midnight, you missed you had to go back and relook at it. You missed all the polyamorous, the menage a trois stuff that we love, honey. You got to go back and get all of that, because I'm telling you, it's wonderful. Let's see, who else we got checking in with us tonight? Is it? I know, Mister. Y'all know I can't see. If I missed your name, hey, y'all. Hey, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you for joining us. And it's wonderful. We're on with Lexi Blake. She is awesome. She's going to come back again, like all these times. Like, she's just going to keep coming because we love her. That's what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. All right.
It's the most fun I've had in a while.
Oh, thank you. We try, Lexi, dead or alive, if you were hosting a dinner party and could invite 5 people from any era, who would it be? Dead or alive?
Yeah.
Any era? Gotta be a real person.
I think that the first person I would invite is Mary Shelley. So Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein, basically invented an entire genre. And I love that book. And she had such a really deeply fascinating life. I would invite her.
Okay.
Gosh.
Look her up now.
I would invite Queen Elizabeth I. Just because I'd like to see how she like who she is, like from a historical standpoint. I'd like to see behind that mask. So that's 2. John Keats was my favorite poet of all time.
Okay. I know that.
I love him, so I would probably invite him. That's just like that's a wide topic. I would invite my dad.
Oh, nice.
I would. Nice. And okay, so that's 4. I need some man candy. I've got a lot of serious subjects going on, so I need somebody to look at too. So I'm gonna invite Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth.
Listen, I'm coming too. I need to be there to record everything to make sure that is good. Especially sit me next to Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, sit me next to Chris. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Hey y'all. Hey, we're on with Lexi Blake, New York Times bestselling author. She is awesome. Her book just came out on Tuesday. Go and get it. We have come to the end of our interview. We have one question left, Lexi. I feel like it went so fast. Oh my God.
Wow.
I know, right? And We was being good today. I only cursed a couple of times. I didn't get all nasty. I am so proud of myself.
Well, we'll have to do it again. So
no, we're the first time it's the first time on the show, we try to be cool, then after that,
no holds barred.
No holds barred. I'd be like, Lexi, what is alcohol at? Quit playing. Yeah, so it's so we appreciate you for joining us. But before we ask our last question, tell us all things Lexi Blake, your social media handles, your website, where they can contact you. Just give us your ask, what you need us to do, and then and where they can go and get your new book.
I'm Lexi at lexiblake.net. Lexiblake.net is my website. It's got all the information on where you can get books. My newsletter is probably the best way to keep up with new releases and all things that are going on. I'm on Facebook as author Lexi Blake. I'm pretty sure that's my Instagram handle too.
Yeah.
And TikTok, I'm author Lexi Blake.
Absolutely. And where can they go get books?
My social media manager, she is this tiny little 26-year-old, like I call her Gen Z general. She's making me make TikToks. It's so bad.
Listen, tell her to make me some too, because I don't even listen. It's a lot.
It's so much.
Yeah, it is a lot. And I just be like, wow. And they're coming up with new stuff like every single day.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So we gotta get our life together. We gotta get our life together. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go and check out everything Lexi. Now, to get your books, we can go on Amazon, anywhere they're selling books, right?
Anywhere they're selling books. And I've got a couple of freebies. If you want to start my series, you can start with the free book called The Dom Who Loved Me.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wait, how did you? Oh my God. Okay, before we ask this last question, I got one more question because we didn't get a chance to talk about you and Shayla Black. How did you hook up with Shayla?
We met on weirdly enough, we had this kind of like, I don't know it was a sprint group, if that makes sense. So what we would do is it's a bunch of writers who hold each other accountable. Like, we're going to get on today from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and we're going to sprint for 20 minutes and then we'll talk for a little while. So we met on a sprint group like that. My first book hadn't come out yet. And so then we kind of met in person and we got along really well. And it was probably a year and a half later that we're sitting in a Mexican restaurant drinking a bunch of margaritas. And she says, why don't we take, we're talking about like the tropes we love. And we're like, why don't we put that in with like Three Girls, One Guy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, take those and put it into like and I mean, it had been done before, but this was like we're going to do this for like 7 books. So that's where we went from. There was a lot of tequila involved in that decision.
Listen, you guys are great. I'm just the whole series. I'm like, yo, this is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And I love it because you don't know where your part picks up and her part ends. It's like it's all
it should be seamless. That you should not know that there were 2 authors on this.
Yeah.
If we've done our job. I know there are some people who like to do the I'm going to write a chapter, you're going to write a chapter, I'm going to write a chapter. That's not how we worked it.
And you can tell it. You can absolutely tell it. I love it. All right. Last question of the night, okay?
Okay.
It's not hard at all. You ready?
Yep.
If you were writing a book about your life, what would the title be?
Oh. If I'm going to do the thing that I think most readers would connect me with, it would probably be something like, I would probably take a Guns N' Roses song. It would probably be like Paradise City or Welcome to the Jungle, or Sweet Child of Mine, which is like my favorite song, and it's very much in Taggart world.
Okay.
So that's what I'd probably go with. Especially since my little sweet shop of mine kind of got me into actually kind of jump-started my career. So
I love it. Sweet Child of Mine. You're right about it. That's just that's a wonderful, like, again, I hate that it happened that way, but it's like it all worked out.
It did.
Yeah, it all worked out, and that's all we want, for it to work out. I absolutely love it. Lexi, thank you so much for joining me. This is wonderful. This was a treat, and I'm so grateful.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming back. I was like, Lord, we missed Lexi. Jesus, she ain't coming back, but we love. So, Brown Book Series, y'all know what's up. Please like this interview, subscribe, share it, because this is what we hear. We're trying to get these authors. We want them to be successful forever. You like reading their books? Share with a friend. Tell a friend. When you go purchase one book, purchase 2 or 3. Get one for a friend. I mean, listen, they will not be disappointed. And I'm telling you, it's awesome. Lexi Blake, go pick up everything that she has. Everything that has her name on it, go and get it. And then tell your friends. Because listen, she needs to be a New York Times bestseller author forever. And everything she does, we need to push her to make sure she's that. All right, y'all, that's my time. Y'all know what's up. For the next person for next week, just go to our website, brownbookseries.com, and we'll keep you posted. Again, go check out lexiblake.net, get everything she has. And when she got to come back, because she has so much going on, the 101 nights, we got to talk about everything the next time she comes. We need more than an hour. So Lexi is going to come back on the show and come back and play with us. So until then, you guys have a wonderful night. Be safe. But most of all, stay safe, stay positive, all that stuff.
Open up your brown book.
Like, hold on for a second.